nice, strong stream health. I'm gonna post to Facebook real quick. Let the folks know what's going on here. All right, take that off. All right. Oh, wait, yeah, let's see that real quick. The Amazing Kyle Show. Here we are. We're going live. We're about to edit some photos. So, looking forward to showing you guys that. Bear with me while I get used to this new software. The Amazing Kyle Show. All right, let me just one more time real quick, make sure this is looking the way I want it to. And yeah, looks like we are good. All right, minimize this. So, oh wait, one more second. Sorry for those of you watching. Can you hear me? I guess that's my question is, can you hear me? Oh wait, I know how to check that. Durr. Microphone check, 1 2 1 2. All right, sounds like we are good. We are recording audio. Hopefully it's not too loud for you guys. The other unfortunate aspect of doing things this way is that I'm not going to have any way to see you guys commenting, I don't think. So, if you do, sorry, I'm probably not paying attention. So here's what we're working on. I've got this photo of my friend Melissa. We share last names. We are not related, so far as I know. So one of the first things I like to do when I come into an image like this is, looks like I've tweaked this one a little bit already. So let's get her back to square one. This was underexposed. Maybe not as much. Okay. So here we are, square one. It's not a bad image, but I'm not crazy about it in this form. This is natural light. We actually had really great weather this day, but we had really nice weather this day, but I don't know. Just something about the lighting of it, not really feeling. So first things first, let's tweak that exposure a little bit. Just bump it up a smidge. We're going to work with some shadows later too, which is going to help things out. I like to do highlights. So if you hit your Option key, I don't know what that is for you Windows folks. Actually, I can see I don't have any highlights blown out. Like if I can bump them up a bunch. No, is that making me? I mean, you guys can see the difference here, and we're definitely bringing back some of this sky up here when we adjust that. And we're getting some detail back on her skin. So I'm going to do that. Hold the Option key here on the blacks. Okay, so right now this is showing me that I don't have any like true black in my image. And I like there to be a little bit. I think that adds a nice contrasty punch. So keeping our finger on that Option key and just drag it down. And see, we're starting to see that's some areas that are turning black, some blues that are getting basically black in her dress. And it's coming in a little more. I mean, that's probably enough, but just to show you guys the full effect. When you bring it down here, that basically means her whole dress is going to be black, no detail at all, just completely black. We don't want that. And if I bring it all the way down here, you see we're actually going to get some blacks in part of her hair, in part of the background. And if I take the option key off, you see here what I'm talking about. No detail in these blacks, no detail in these blacks. I sure hope you guys can see my cursor. And no detail in these blacks up here. So bringing this back. I want there to be a little bit. I want to see, maybe there's some here in the dress. We're getting some absolute blacks, but overall, it's fine. I'm just going to take a brief thing here. See anybody watching? No? Oh, good. You guys can see my cursor, though, so that's nice. Okay, so we've got that done. Whoa, come on now. What is happening? Technical difficulties. Let's minimize this and bring her on back. Well, son of a gun. Why are we doing it like this? Let's see if I bring my web browser back up and minimize again. Yeah, here we are. Okay, so we've got our blacks where we want them. We've got our highlights where we want them. You kind of take a look at different contrast here. I think this one needs some more. So here's what it was shot at. And I think we can go a little bit past that. Any other tweaks we want to do here? Let's check our color temp since we are in raw. Okay, already I should have done this first thing actually. The colors are way better. When did we have them at? We had them down here. Her skin was looking a little pale, whatever. We bump it up. And we don't want to make her look like Donald Trump or anything. But we are definitely bringing back some of these warm colors of her skin that were there that day. Now, see, we can push that too far. Don't want to do that. Get that in here. What we're looking for is we just want our white to be white. I think that's good. And yeah. Our curves, I mean, we can go in, we can mess with all this stuff. Sharpening, noise reduction, you guys might want to do that, but I am not. That is, oh, actually, take that back. Let's get in here. Not trying to check you out here, Melissa. I just want to see. So we've got some grain in here, actually. A little noise. Let's see if we can get rid of that. Oh, yeah, that's way better. That's probably too much, actually. Okay. I'm going to open this image in Photoshop. Full screen it for you guys. Drag and drop assets. Okay, so first things first, let's crop this up a little. I want to get her centered in the frame. Oh, I'm going to hold shift to maintain the ratio on the crop that I have, because otherwise do some weird stuff like this. Don't want to do that. I want it to be the same as what I shot it in. Now the only downside with this is we're losing some headroom, so I'm going to move it back up here. Actually, maybe. Let's see if we get it centered how I want it. Okay. I think that looks better. Let's take a look at, sorry, I don't have this stuff set up the way I would like it. Here we are. So just that is a pretty subtle change, but I feel like it makes the image way better. So we've got a couple things going on. One is we've got this line here, which I should have fixed on location. I should have had her open up this elbow a little bit out that way, and that would help remove that line. We might try to go in and get rid of that with some Photoshop, but for now I'm going to let it be. The other problem is she had some stuff going on with her eye, and so you'll notice that this eye here is considerably more red than this eye over here, and we don't like that. We want to change that. So how are we going to do that? Actually, as I'm looking at this, what are we? Oh, we're at 300%. That's why. We've got a few blemishes on the skin. Luckily, Melissa's got awesome skin, so that's not such an issue. But we do have a few minor things. I hope you'll forgive me, Melissa, for zooming you in front of all these folks. But all these folks being like nobody. There's just some random dude that came in. Bruno, he says, sub to my channel. I don't think I'm going to do that, dude. I'm sorry, I just don't really care. So, back in your ass with the resurrection. Okay, just get our spot healing brush. We're going to change the size of that a little bit. So we just got a few of these little blemishes like that, and we're just going to go take those out. And actually, I'm noticing a really like faint forehead wrinkle here. Let's see what happens if we try to get rid of that. Yeah, I think that's better. Some little red spots. Couple of other little guys here. Just make them go away. We've got these hairs coming across her face. And normally I would be tempted to Photoshop those out. I think with this particular image, though, that it kind of works for me. It was, you know, a windy day outside. I think it works. We've got this hair kind of blowing off to the side over here. So yeah, I'm going to leave it. I think the hair does a good thing. Now, I'm already noticing one of the downsides to doing this live is I feel a lot more pressure. I should have maybe thought about what image I was going to do before I was doing it, and that way I would have kind of a game plan for you guys on how I'm going to edit. Right now, I don't have that. I'm going to Command J. It's going to duplicate the layer over here. It's the exact same. As you see, turn either one off. Don't matter. They look the same. And the reason we're going to do that, you probably know this if you're watching this, because I figure the only people watching this are photographer friends of mine, maybe. Oh, excuse me. So you guys probably already know this, but the reason we're duplicating that layer is any changes we make now are going to be on this layer. They're not going to be in the final image. I mean, they can be if we decide to do that, but if I screw something up really bad, like for example, I'll just go do that real quick. So I've got brightness contrast. You should really be doing this in RAW, I feel like, but if you didn't miss something or whatever, you do some adjustments here. So we crank this brightness up, and this contrast. I mean, this is just terrible. Don't ever do what I'm doing right now to your images. Let's do some other stuff though, real quick. Saturation, let's put that all the way down. Vibrance all the way up, don't matter. Man, let's go. What else can we do? Some color balance. I'm just trying to make this as like horrible as possible. Actually, it don't look awful. I mean, I wouldn't do this, but it's all right. And for good measure, let's just go here with a paintbrush, and we're gonna like put a fucking pirate patch on her eye. Arr. Okay. So that you don't want to do any of that. But had you been working on this photo and not had a duplicate layer, you would have to go back and undo all of those changes. Nowadays on your current machines, it's not such an issue. It used to be though, you only had so many levels of like history you could undo. But another advantage is right now I've decided, okay, everything I did on that adjustment layer sucks. rather than going up here and undoing the color balance, undoing the vibrance, blah, 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 blah. Just click there and it's off. So it's a real easy way to see my changes. And it's a really easy way to undo my changes if I don't like it. I can just hit delete, that layer's gone. Make a new layer again. I'm gonna do some real adjustments this time. So what I'm looking for, this is gonna be just for that one eye. I mentioned that one eye is more red than this eye over here. And I don't remember what happened. I think she got like something in her eye, I'm not sure. So we're on that duplicated layer, and I'm going to go to my hue saturation over here. Bring this up so I can see the eye. And I'm just going to pull the saturation down here and see what happens. I'm getting rid of all the, maybe not all that color. Let's have a little bit in there, but let's bring the lightness up a touch. We should definitely. I feel like that's still pretty dark. And we only want to be looking at this eye. It's difficult because I'm looking at everything here, but I'm thinking, let's see this, the left eye, and kind of look at it in relation to the right eye on the final image. Okay, I think that's going to work. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a layer mask. And what I did is I filled this layer mask with black, which basically makes it go away. But it is still there. And I'm going to show you it's still there. So here I've got a white brush. And you'll notice anywhere I paint with this white brush is going to be that edit I just made, which is just basically a desaturation. I'll do that real quick. Okay, so I'm going to try, and I haven't messed with anything like this in a really long time, so forgive me if I jack this up, but we are going to try to just put this other layer in. Okay, so I'm already seeing for sure that that is way too much. Am I in the right? Yeah, okay. I mean, that's not going to look good at all, but bear with me for just a second. Sorry for having to chuckle at your expense, Melissa, but okay, I'm just gonna have to show you guys. On It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the McPoyles have a fake eye. Fake eye? Oh man, I definitely feel like we are channeling a little bit of that with. Oh man, that's awesome. Sorry. Okay, we're minimizing that. So first things first, I'm just gonna lower the opacity of it a little bit and see what that gets us. Let's try blend mode too. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to mess with blend modes right now. Okay, so that's better, but we've got some overlap. So here's what's really cool about using layer mask is switch back to my black brush, and actually let's change the opacity of this brush a little. That'll be good. And we're just going to paint back in that color from the other one. And so I'm actually also going to, make it a little soft. And I'm just going to go around these edges here. I'm just going to try to bring back in the detail of her eye that we kind of got rid of by mistake. Actually, opacity, let's bring it down some more. Bring a little color in. We want some of it. We don't want it to be completely neutralized. but I think you'll see, okay, I still need some tweaking, but we went from that to this, that to this. I think I still took a little too much out of this bottom though. All right, I mean, I think we can agree. It's a pretty drastic difference, and it was a really easy change to do. I still think I actually might lower the opacity a little bit more though, because it's just such a strong effect. I don't want our fixed eye to look drastically different than the other. I think that's pretty good though. I think that looks like a normal eye. There's nothing really funky going on with that. So do we want to tackle this? First off, I like to just see what the, what do they call this tool? The spot healing brush. I like to just see what it can do. So let's find out. Oh, I'm dumb. So, real quick, brush wasn't working because I was on the wrong layer mode. Or wrong layer. I was on this layer mask. That isn't going to do me good. But since I like that, actually, I'm going to hit Command E. It's going to flatten it. And now that eye is part of this background layer that we were working with. So, where were we at? So this tool, take it, and we're just going to see what happens when we run it up here, like so. Get back and see how that looks. I mean, actually, let's see the difference in layers. I mean, that might be enough for what this image is. I mean, this isn't something that's going to be blown up to print really giant or anything like that. So I think it's good. 22 minutes. I feel like I'm wasting my time here. Oops. Filter. We can do some fun stuff. Let's see here. Sometimes we'll just go in here and kind of play around with this freestyle. It's kind of moody. Again, it's a layer mask, or a separate layer, so you kind of see where we're at. I kind of like that, even though it was just a goof. It's a little strong, so we can bring it back in slowly, kind of see what we like. Yeah, I think 100% opacity is way, way too cool. That there. It's pretty neat. So we'll flatten that down. Let's create a new gradient. That's some weird stuff. So we're picking what colors the shadows are. I'm just playing around with this, so bear with me. I think actually we're going to stick with this kind of bluish purple. And we're going to make, I think this should be a little more on the yellow side. Maybe not. Maybe that was kind of nice. I feel like it's just too strong. This has definitely gone off the rails a little bit, but I kind of like it. And see, just whatever we're picking is, I literally just pointed at my screen, like you guys can see that. We're just changing what the highlights are into this color, and the shadows are here, and this is our midpoint. Oh, I need to pick a color. Okay, we're just gonna stick with that. And this is kind of, oops, I undo, deciding like what our midpoint is. Oh, I didn't mean to do that either. And how much of a gradient there is in that final. We definitely need it to be here. Maybe, no, son of a bitch. Nope. Why do I keep doing that? I want it to be a little brighter. So yeah, it's kind of fun. I don't know why I would do that. But it's, I don't know, I kind of like it. It has a neat effect. I mean, she's probably not going to like this. I am noticing in this contrasty kind of color here. I'm going to flatten it just to make it easier for me. Now all those layers are merged. But now that I've done this, I'm seeing this kind of bump in her arm right here. And it's completely normal, but in this kind of color, it was really sticking out to me. So we're going to make that guy go away. Let's see how we did. Let's see. There it is with the little bump. Gone. Bump gone. You know what? Well, I don't know. I mean, because it's natural. Part of me is inclined to leave it there because it is natural. It is like just her like elbow. But I feel like it's kind of distracting, particularly in this weird color I've made here. So we're just going to make it gone for now. Let's do some other fun stuff though. Let's just get kind of weird with this. Anybody actually paying attention to this? 2 people watching, it says. Hello, guest of mine. You're watching this in slight delay. What do you guys think? What should we do with this? I say we... I feel like there's something cool we can do now that we've changed it to this kind of funky color. There's got to be something sweet we can do with this. Okay, let's see, rectangular. So I've just duplicated the right side of this. And what I want to do is I'm going to go into my image. Let's use brightness contrast. Turn down that real quick. And turn down the color. And actually, let's even add a little Gaussian blur. Now, why am I doing this, you might ask? I'm not really quite sure. I'm just being real with you guys. Vertical text. This is going to be like really horrible senior photo effect. What color am I at here? Let's sample this bright ass orange and make it brighter. Oh wait, she doesn't like to be called Melissa. It's MJ, guys. That looks fucking horrible. First, let's get our hipster font going. And we definitely need to make that bigger. And we definitely want to center it. I'm going to move this text over into the center of this. This is so cheesy. What else are we going to do though? Let's check out our blending options. Do some bevel and emboss on this there. See, add some depth. And you know, I want there to be an outer glow, and the outer glow I want to be more like this blue here. Yeah, a little lighter. I really don't know what I am creating here, but it is interesting. Don't ever edit photos like this, guys. Just don't. That's terrible. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Let's change our blend mode. Let's see what happens there. Ooh, that's kind of fun. The light is just going to be pretty much like it is. Hard mix. Overlay. Better, closer, warmer. It's going to let some of these lights and shadows come through. I don't think I like it. Yeah, I mean, I just don't even know why I'm doing this garbage. It's better like that. So, in this situation, what we do is just delete that, delete that. We've got this image here. It looks baller, right? 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 It probably doesn't. But perhaps you guys will let me have it anyway. Let's see if I have my stuff saved in here. No. Alright, yeah. So we're just going to do an image. No, actually, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let's go closer to that. And let's save for web. Where's that at? I still have to get used to this whole new version of Photoshop. I was like rocking CS6 or something like that. And yeah, now I'm rocking the new one. And I'm just a little lost. Well, I guess that's going to have to work. We're going to save this on our desktop. I guess I did already edit this image. Color. Baseline optimized. How's the, it's like the same. Okay, we'll just let it do its thing here. Now let's go share it with Melissa. Let's go see. That was the best part of this whole video, is when I made her look like a McPoyle. Anybody comment on this here? Yeah. Nope. So we're gonna go to MJ's page. I just recently searched her here. She's gonna be like, "What the fuck, bro? Why did you do this to me?" My creation. I'm actually still live streaming as I post this. I'm literally reading this aloud as I type it. Ha ha. All right. Well, guys, it has been real as can be, but I'm signing off for now. So, yeah, have an excellent Inception evening here, and I will talk to you later.